Hello and welcome to another chat and craft together. I'm going to, for inspiration, I went to Roxy Creation and I looked at her Roxy's Challenge #1. I might have it Roxy's Weekly Challenge #1, and it was using tracing paper or parchment paper and making tags. I did not have parchment paper, but I did find some onion paper, and I went and I used Tuke's Craft Tables calligraphy pages. I really love them. Her fussy cut butterflies and her pink botanical tag papers. So I'm going to use those today. And what my challenge for myself, while Roxy's is a weekly challenge and I will hopefully use those, I have this box. And it is full of lost mojo and anxiety soothing tags. And what I do when I've lost my mojo or I'm anxious is I cut and fold paper. So I grabbed a handful of those, which are here, and we're going to see how far we get in 30 minutes. So I'm just going to set my phone to a timer. Set it for 30 minutes. And start. Set that right over there. So what I have here is I have some Medieval Mirage paper that I put on tags. This is Medieval Mirage as well. Medieval Mirage, so I have a bunch of those. This I did when I was in Myrtle Beach last, and I just cut paper and made, well, I guess that's almost a finished tag, so we might want to start with that one. And these are, I've taken old university course paper and I've glued them together and I've glued onto them. I guess they call those master boards. Put those there. And I have a flip out envelope. Oh, I'm tired. It's cooling off here in Ontario for the first time in a long time. And I think we will all sleep well tonight. I made this pocket thingamabob using recipe paper. Might use that. This is almost finished, so I'll set that here. This is something that I have no idea when I started it, but it's some kind of a thin booklet, and I'm assuming that this is meant to be a pocket. There's a pocket. Anything on the top? It's funny when you don't, nope, that needs to be sewn shut. So that's a kind of put some paper in there, a little journal. And here's another one that's been started and almost finished. This is Medieval Mirage in here. Looks like a tags to go on the front. This looks like another one of those booklets. And we're at the paper. So I have a stack here that's almost finished. And then I have the papers. Grab my glue sticks, set those off to the side. So before I realized I was going to bring you along on this, I started this tag right here. Sorry about the, so I have this piece here. Those two pieces. Which is the right way up for this. So let's try putting those down to start with. So grab a glue stick, my glue paper nicely cleaned off. So this is onion skin. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll find out. Whoops. You know how I love Oohoo glue when it doesn't, you can't get to the bottom. So it looks like I'm going to grab my spatula that over here. Whoops. I guess there we'll put that. Grab this. And I'm going to grab a credit card and lay that down. Well, I don't think I wanted to lay that piece down first, quite frankly. I think I wanted to lay this piece down first. I bought myself another one of those, oh, come on now, Marjorie. The trays, the three tiered trays that people keep their papers and supplies in. I'm hoping to, there it is. I'm hoping to use it just to keep my supplies so that I can stay on top of where my supplies are a bit better. And so far it's worked well. I've been able to not waste as much time looking for things. Now it's just making sure I know how I best to use it based on how I use my supplies. Is this going in the right way? Well, the flowers are going up, so I'm going to assume this is the right way. Lay that one down like that, and lay that one over top of it. And now I'm going to just set that one aside to dry, because here was my my runner-up, and I want to use some, or my 10. This is one I started with, so this was this and this were all tissue paper, and then this and this was not. So I'm going to set this one aside to do that one in a minute. So let's see what will these look like over top of that. Well, that looks pretty. And I need to look for something else here. I want to keep the white horse, so I'm going to glue that down. I don't know whether Rachel from Roxy Creation spends a lot of time thinking about her stuff, but I'm not gonna, because if I do, I will be here forever. But that picks up the blue on from the horse's mane. That down there like that, and then there was another piece I wanted to add, and I've lost it. Just like that, you become disorganized. It's not it there. It was a butterfly, wasn't it? I think it was. Well, let's find another one. That matches too much. That one there looks nice. I'll probably find all of these all over the place afterwards. I find this collage, paper that Took made is so versatile. Calligraphy Collage paper is what I think she called it. It's extremely versatile. I can use it for so many different things. I don't know how many of these I'll get done. Maybe not many. And then again, maybe I'll get a whole bunch done. Grab a pair of scissors here. So everyone in our household has their second needle, and Paul and I are now fully, our antibodies are at the max that they're going to be, given what they've told us. So that feels good. Feels very good, actually. So if I were to take one of, so these are one of Took's tags. If I was just to lay that over top of that paper, I think that, now what would that, except this is the one that you see. So I would want to lay it I think I'm going to rip it. It has been so hot, as I know it has been in much of the eastern and western hemispheres right now. It is just too hot, quite frankly. You can't breathe. And as I've said before, Paul's normal pressure gets in the way or gets aggravated by this, we think. There's a very good Facebook group on it, and they said no, but then a couple of people have said that they continue to experience what's called backward, what's the word for it? Disequilibrium. And they continue to experience that after their shunts were put in. So I'm going to be optimistic and hold out hope that that'll continue to do well, and he will. Yeah, I think that'll work. Take that off there. That as they lower the pressure, that will get better. I mean, he has made amazing gains. Just amazing gains. But he fell twice today, which was disconcerting. Have I told you how much I hate how glue sticks waste all this glue? Probably in every video that I've done. I was on the live with Susan Taylor Brown this afternoon. She does a live video. Is it ever nice if you want to craft along with someone? And they were talking about what people do when they've lost their mojo. Well, you saw my box. When I can't craft, when all I can do is just get through the day, what I do is I rip paper. So let's make sure. So that's nice. I like that. I like that. Now this would be so I need to do something on the back because this is going to go in a journal. So what do I want to do? I've got this piece here that I can put there. I could do that. There's a bird on the front. No. These are not toques. I actually don't remember who has those. They're part of a stash. They would be a freebie from someone on Facebook. And if you're watching and you know they're yours, please let me know and I will give you credit. Okay, that's what I'm going to use right there. I really enjoy Fussy Cuts packages where they give you butterflies at different angles, so that you're able to perch them on things. So I did clean this off. Anybody who's watching will know that this is not as dirty as it was at my, oh, you know something, this may be too, I may have to switch to paper. I think I'm gonna, because it's lifting the ink off of this. Not good. Not good. I like the glue sticks because they let you reposition, which is important. So what do other people do when you've lost your mojo? It was one of the things that Susan asked us to comment on what you do. She talked about cleaning and how she, no, that's almost too big, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to need to, well, I don't have a book, do I? Okay, so I'm going to need to, wipe this off and flip it over. Oh. There's the other one. Maybe I'll put 2 on this one now. Yeah. Well, that works. So let's continue to work with. Put that off to the side, and somewhere in here I got rid of my spatula. She was going through old papers that she'd made and was putting them, deciding what she was going to do with them. Basically, does she keep them or throw them out? And over the next few weeks we'll visit with her and craft along with her while she works through that pile. It's funny, she was saying, oh, and I don't like this is ugly, and I don't like that. And I was going, oh, but that's beautiful. I like that. It really, we need to be so, and she's good about this. It's not a criticism at all. We need to be so open to the fact that what we see as beautiful, or ugly, really, others may not. So we need to be open to the fact that beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. All right, so that one is done. Let me set that up there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and what time are we at? We're at half an hour. Well, this is taking longer than I thought it would. Let's do one of these. Cover that glue up so I don't get it caught on something. So we have a piece of paper. And it will let, no, I'm not going to use that. So as I said, Paul fell today. I heard a strange noise outside, which was the mailbox lid falling. We've had it propped open all of this time in COVID, so the mailman didn't have to, mail person didn't have to open our mailbox. And when I went out across the street, there were 2 wonderful Good Samaritans. I don't know who they were, helping Paul up. He had fallen once before, and the women kept saying, oh, you need help. We haven't been able to keep him up. So they were struggling to help him stay up, and I thanked them, and I said, no, I know what to do, and all you have to do to help him is put your hand on his back and prevent him from going into this backward disequilibrium, and he's fine. I think they were a little shocked. I hope they weren't offended, because I didn't spend a whole lot of time talking to them. My goal was to get him in the house to figure out what was going on and to save his pride, as much of it as I could. Got him in the house and he was too hot. He had been standing talking to people who were coming out of the, people he knew who were coming out of the vaccine clinic, and he got overtired and fell. And he just was, as soon as he gets hot, his brain gets hot, he just can't stay standing. So he rested and felt much better this afternoon. We were going to go for another walk, but I don't want to push it. There's no, I'm going to leave that glue there for a bit. There's really no reason to push it. So I'm not going to. So I bought some repositional glue, watched on how to, I'm going to put a piece of writing placed there, on how to, you know, laser print on your paper. The problem is that it's lifting, like not all the time, but when it came out of the printer, some of it lifted. Does anybody else have that problem? And if you do, is there a way to fix it? I ran a piece of paper through with another one of Took's Calligraphy Collage papers, and just to clean the heads, and it came out fine. So I don't know, I went online and it's about the fixer, and it said if your paper's not right, well, of course this wasn't made for doing this kind of paper. I'll have to check and see if a piece of writing there, I think. Check and see if Brother has recommended parchment or light paper. I had the setting on light paper, so that was, I did that right. So there's that. And I'm going to have a piece down there. Let me see if there's a piece of paper here that I can just to cover that up. Yeah, I can. So many migraines with these storms. Sally Ann opened back up again, as you saw from my other haul, the last chat and craft. I'm going to put a piece of so I'm going to have writing paper there, writing paper here. This is going to be clearly was made for a tuck, so I can put a piece of paper here. Okay. So they color code the clothing. 4 or 5 colors, I don't know which it is. And then you, every Tuesday when the Sally Ann is closed, but the store is, and it's a stocking day, they pull a color. So that clothing had been on the floor for a month. And then it goes into it's, I guess, baled up, and I don't know what happens to it there. It doesn't go into the dump, but it's no longer is used in this area. And because it's going out like that, we're able to, those of us that are volunteering are able to, if there's things in there that we see that we would be for our family, we can get them at a much discounted price. And I found some things that I think my granddaughters will like. So drop those off to them. And as it would have it, I thought I had pulled enough for both girls, when in fact I didn't. The youngest granddaughter claimed all of it, which is fine. She has to put up with her big sister, who's a very successful teenager. So was my youngest one successful. And they're just in different ways. just in different ways. Well, I don't think I'm going to get more than 3 made. How's that? I'm going to have to keep working on it, though. I can't. Whoops, 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 whoops. Don't glue yourself to the paper. See, this is exactly why I set that card up, so that I wouldn't put my rulers and things every which way. So I'm clearly going to have to, since I want to put everything over here, I'm going to have to change my filming setup so that I have everything I want on the left-hand side. I mean on the right-hand side, because that's clearly where I want to put stuff, like my scissors, which are to be there, this card, which is to be there, not on the floor, but over there. Or just take the time to learn to put everything where it's supposed to be. So I think this one I'll put here, and then I'll have a writing paper down there. There's already a butterfly there. I don't think there's anything more needs to go on that page. How are the rest of you doing? Ellie, you wonderful human being, sent me an email saying she has made me a clip for my glue, which is amazing. And in cleaning out my workspace here and starting to go through all the, I must be a hoarder of containers because I've got tons of them. I found 2 of these, so I don't have to worry about my glue not, my losing my pin right away. I don't think I want to, so I'm going to put, alright, I got to put glue there. So you could do the same technique with napkins. So I've got that one. I need to put something on the back. Oh, I finished that other project we were working on, and I will be putting it up in a video. And writing paper there. So I need to finish some of these. I'll get them a little farther on anyway into where I can sew on them. Okay, so I'm going to put paper there. So let me just grab a different card here. Some coffee dyed paper, and I do use baking soda on my papers so that they the acid from the coffee is neutralized. Nick the Booksmith was really very keen to say you need to do that, or else you haven't really created, captured a book that's going to stand the test of time. How much? Well, I just guess at that, quite frankly. I should buy the, maybe I will buy the strips at some point in time. Use that piece, it looks nicer. All right. And as long as I'm on screen, I will load this up. If I'm working off screen, then well, I won't put all of you through having to deal with that. Whoops, there we go. But I'm going to continue here for a bit longer. At least finish this one up here so we get one done. That was startling. I like making ephemera. Lots of people like the journal, don't like making the ephemera. I don't. The journals stress me out. Mine always get so clunky. I need a system for not having clunky journals, but I haven't got one yet. So if you've got a system as to how you keep your journals become alligator mouth without having to rip out what you've made. Too many journals I've had to take apart what I've made, and that's, I find, annoying. So that's going to be too big there. Why do I think that if it's going to be too big for one, it's going to be fine for another? Okay. Well, I'm just going to put it down. And so these will be sewn around, so this may just end up in my personal journals because it's looking a bit grungy, but it might dry better. Okay, I don't mind that. Do I mind that? Sorry for all the indecision. So in 30 minutes, I got one, two, three, but this would be like more than one because it's got all the different pages in it, but still, it's not a completed piece yet. Okay, so that, and then I probably want to add Oh, isn't this just lovely? You get into making them and you can't figure out what you're going to do with them. Alright, that one there. I may just get this one page finished. Sorry about that, guys. Get my labels down here. Grab a handful of labels. Nope. So some of these labels I printed out on adhesive paper. And I'm not sure if these are Tukes or if they're Tracy Fox's or if they're someone else's. Lots of people have labels. Yep, I'm going to add some lace. Rough it up. Lay it down there. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. And then I will sew around these. So as usual, before I post this, I will finish the others and post the finished product. Do I want that piece there? I don't think I do. There we go. All right, so thank you for coming along. Again, this will be a Roxy Creation Weekly Challenge, my take on week 1, and I've been using Tukes craft tables and Medieval Mirages papers, and I am working through my de-stress box of paper ephemera that has not gone anywhere. Talk to you guys later.